Hello, everybody. Welcome to India Sports News. We are back again with our promised live before the third Test match, starting tomorrow at the Holkar Cricket Stadium in Indore. And I have with me former India cricketer Nilesh Kulkarni joining us on this live right now. Nilesh, welcome to this chat. Hope you're doing well. It's been a fairly long break between the two Test matches.
Thank you, Chandresh. Yeah, it's really been. I think Indian players are giving us good cushion to have more days off because they're getting us into that habit of finishing a test match in 3 days.
A lot of things have changed between the two test matches right now. Australia has a new captain in Steve Smith. Pat Cummins has gone back because his mother is unwell. We hope she gets better soon. David Warner has gone back. Josh Hazelwood's gone back. Ashton Agar has gone back. Mitchell Swepson has gone back. So it's like a new look team that is going to take field in indoor.
Possibly blessing in disguise. The kind of changes and the transformation which has happened in the Australian team, it possibly gives them because they've actually hit the bottom right now, and the only way is up if they actually pull their socks up and start preparing for this particular test match in the remaining test series. Because, as we've said in last interaction, that the Border Gavaskar Trophy is already retained by India now, but I think Pat Cummins, we just hope that his mother is well and recovering well. But having seen Josh Hazelwood, David Warner going back, I think it's a bit of a setback for them. But that creates an opportunity for others. I think it's possibly a good opportunity for Steve Smith to probably establish what we have known or what we've seen what Steve Smith can do and have done in the past. So I think it's a responsibility, but an opportunity for me because we all know how destructive he can be, how threatening he can be as a batter. The only area which I still feel Australia need to really look into is to get 20 wickets against India. I think that's area of big concern for them because if you can't take 20 wickets, you will not be able to win a test match in India.
Nilesh, I know this may be a bugbear for you, but I must ask this question. Pat Cummins, a bowler being captain in India, a fast bowler being captain in India, compared to that, would it be better for someone like a Steve Smith, the batter, to be captain in Test cricket in India? I know you've been a successful captain yourself for Mumbai, so I'm asking this question with a lot of restraint. But do you think for a fast bowler to be captain in India is a big ask, especially in Test cricket?
Not really. I think it's just see, it helps if you're a batter to be a captain. But in the past, there are successful bowlers who've actually led not only the state but for the countries very distinctively and with distinction also. But I personally feel what Pat Cummins went with the difficulty is on two things. Is probably an area where he could have handled those certain situations better, and more importantly would have taken his batters along with him, because I think one of the areas where Australia have missed out on is putting up runs on the board. I think that's where Steve Smith will be a great uh, threat to India if he start taking up that responsibility as a captain and as a batter.
So, what is it that you think we'll see differently from Australia under Steve Smith than under Pat Cummins?
I don't think they're going to change much, but I think Steve Smith's approach is going to be different. But more importantly, what will happen in this entire episode is, as a captain, Steve Smith, the batter, will be a different individual on the field, and that could possibly be a great threat.
6 years ago, Steve Smith was captain, full-fledged captain of the Australian Test team, and they did quite well. They won the first Test match in Pune, almost leveled the Test series, and went back to Australia. Do you think that will help him in his memories while he's captaining
Yeah, but
now?
the team was different. The combination was different. I just hope that Mitchell Stark is fully fit to play this game because he's going to be one threat right at the top. And if he's in his full swing with the three spinners Australia have, and they're thinking of having Green added into as an all-rounder, obviously that's going to be a lethal combination because that way they'll bat deep also, and Green offers them a flexibility of batting till 7, 8, and then coming up handy with the bowling as well. I think that's going to be a great challenge for India. But I think adaptability and adjustability to India, slow and low wicket, and Holkar ground will not have this different offering at all.
Talking about Olka Stadium, small stadium, but Ashwin has had big impact at that stadium. Do you think that will help India because they can just carry on?
100%, 100%. My only area of interest tomorrow for tomorrow will be to see if there's a bounce. If the bounce is good at Holker, which is known to, then things will be different. If the bounce is slow and low, then the challenge is going to be different again for Australia, because the way they've played horizontal shots on a slow and a low wicket is definitely going to be a challenge for their batters.
If India win this Test match, they are more or less certain to make it to the World Test Championship final. So that's a big incentive for India to not just win the series but book a place in the World Test Championship final. Do you consider that a done deal for India?
Most definitely, I think India has our upper hand now, and with Jadeja, Ashwin, and then see one of the areas where India really scored well is to add Akshar Patel into the lineup, not only as a bowler, but what he has delivered as a batter lower down is phenomenal, and he probably shown many of the batters how to handle the slow and low turning pitches, the way that you need to approach the game. So I think he has been a great contributor. He may not have been a great contributor as a bowler, but the way he pulled out India into both the test matches when it mattered the most, I think he also is very key player in this entire lineup.
Uh, the big question that I think that Rahul and Rohit and the selectors are battling in their minds, and some of your close friends are involved in the decision-making process, which they won't reveal, obviously. But I just want to know, Rahul or Gill, who do you go with in the third test
I've
match?
been maintaining even in my first test match preview what we did. I still said that Gill deserves a chance. Unfortunate that KL Rahul has to had to miss, or probably will have to miss this. I again say that when the situation comes, Shubman Gill deserves the chance ahead of KL Rahul.
And now that you said that, do you see any other change in the lineup?
I don't think there's going to be any change. I think that's the only change they will go in with as a test match, according to me, and they should go, because it's unfair to keep Shubman Gill warming the bench for so long.
So your prediction for this test match, third test match?
Well, I hope that it finishes in 3 days, but I'm just curious to see how the conditions are, because it's going to be interesting to see if that offers some sort of a bounce which Holker Stadium is known for. If that bounce is going to be a factor, then India is in for a good contest with Australia, because even Nathan Lyon, who's known to toss the ball up with a good bounce, it'll offer a good contest for India batters and Australian bowlers.
Interesting that you mentioned bounce. Rohit Sharma has mentioned in his pre-match press conference that they may be looking at a greenish pitch at Ahmedabad for the fourth Test match, so that they use that as a preparation for the World Test Championship final. Is that a good thing?
Of course, I mean, see now after sealing the test series, India can definitely go into the last test match the way they want to approach, or they want to prepare themselves for. And there's no harm in doing that, because by then the test series already is in your pocket, which already is now. But 3-0 sounds much better than 2-1. Or so I think India would definitely want to experiment a little bit in that last test match to prepare for the World Test Championship for sure.
Moving test matches, we've established that India is the firm favorite. Wellington this morning, sensational test match, historic test match. New Zealand became only the fourth side in history of in 2,495 test matches to win a test match after enforcing follow-on. You were not part of the side in Kolkata in 2001, but you saw it from afar. And you were part of the next side. A sensational finish, but you must give credit to England because they make these things possible nowadays with their baseball approach.
Absolutely. I think, we have to give credit the way England have changed the approach towards test match. I think kudos to, a lot of people will give credit to baseball and other approaches. But trust me, they're going out for test matches. They're going out for results, which itself is a great, great sign. Unfortunate they've been on the losing side, but what a test match. What a test match it was. It just makes you start believing that red ball cricket is the ultimate form of cricket, and the intensity, the ups and downs in a test match, in a session, in those moments, It was phenomenal to see that kind of a, intensity, and everybody was hooked on to that. These kind of things are very rare. White ball cricket, you get to experience that in bits and pieces, but in red ball cricket, it's special. And to see that, to do that on the last ball, last wicket, and it's a nail biter. It's an absolute nail biter. And to see New Zealand pull up that kind of a win, good to them, good for them. But again, I say it again, that we need to give credit to England for actually attempting to go for test matches for results. Is a great sign.
Absolutely, and I think the whole world was glued on to this test match, even though it was happening in a completely
But
different time zone to most of the test playing world. But sensational finish to that test match, and great advert for newcomers trying to look at test cricket. Now, the final thought that I have is on the Irani Cup, which starts tomorrow. First of all, do you agree with the timing of the Irani Cup? Should it be the start of the season or should it be the end of the season? Because
no,
in your time, when you were champion, you played it at the start of the season, so it started off the season on a good note. By the
that's
time
right.
the season ends, everything is more or less done and dusted, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think I mean, they're just finishing this Iran Trophy for the last part. The new one will start. The Saurashtra will play after this season. But more
Yeah.
importantly, I think this kind of experience for these boys is going to be an opportunity. But I agree with you. Sometimes maybe the scheduling part can be better in terms of having that start of the season. But I think with the good opportunities, there are a lot of youngsters who perform well in domestic cricket for the whole season will get the opportunity to rub the shoulders and play against the champion. I think
And
that
also,
all
if you see, yeah, also if you see the Irani Cup, rest of India side, it's a myth in Indian cricket that only IPL performers get picked. The rest of India side has a lot of guys who are not in the IPL, which means
yes.
that the selectors are watching matches which we don't, which normal people are not aware of.
And more importantly, they're giving weightage to red ball cricket. The
Yeah.
good sign is it's not focused on white ball cricket, but the performances assessment is based on pure red ball cricket performances. And I think they're building future Indian team because that's a very, very good sign. Credit to selectors also for actually taking that step and making sure that those who really perform well do get this opportunity to represent rest of India side playing against the first class champion.
Any memories of your own from playing Irani Cup?
Yeah, plenty. I mean, I've played in Chennai, I've played at Mumbai, I've played many places in Ryan Trophy, and for Mumbai and couple of times for rest of India. But luckily, when I was playing, most of the time we used to get the opportunity to play against the rest of India team or the touring team. So I've got those memories also. But I think playing Ryan Trophy for Mumbai or for rest of India, it just gives you an opportunity and advantage to showcase what you're good at because it's because of your performances you are there, and then you just need to take that extra step to stake a claim that you will be ready for Test cricket. I think that's a great opportunity, and these boys will surely be looking forward to having this contest tomorrow.
I remember that classic 2003 Irani Cup, Mumbai versus rest of India in Chennai. That
That's
was a
right.
sensational match. It
Oh,
was
one of the
as intense as a test match, wasn't it?
absolutely, with all full test team, Harbhajan, Zahir, everyone playing. What a Sehwag, Lakshman. I remember that it was a phenomenal experience where Sachin scoring 100 was a brilliant match to be part of. And I think, see, these are the moments you will remember because this brings the best out of you. And if you are up for a contest, if you are up for challenges, these kind of opportunities bring the best out of you.
So, plenty of things to look forward to in the coming days. Nilesh will be with us throughout this third test match, and it's a promise that he made right at the start of the series. So, Nilesh, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take good care of yourself. I'll catch up with you tomorrow before the start of the after the start of the third test match to review the first day's play. Till then, take care of yourself. We'll see you soon. And all of you on India Sport News watching us, please like, share, subscribe the channel, and do not forget to press the notification bell, and also remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Take good care of yourself. Goodbye for now.
Thank you.